This goes out to all the guys who like to play basketball in the rain with no clothes on. This is for you. I know Jesus saves. I wish he'd save us from this podcast. I know he looks after you and me, but I wish he'd take us far away from here.
What's up, dogs? What's up, players and pimps? Happy IDM Friday to ya. Happy August 8th. It's getting a little colder out there, finally. Stan, Yana. Oathman, joined by Mike Cook says no video. Not sure how that's possible. All right.
What's up, dude? It's not correct.
It's not correct?
Yeah, it's not accurate. Let's go.
Okay. What's up, man? How are you?
Man, I'm good, dude. It's been another, I would say I've been a good boy this week.
Really?
Yeah, I've been a very, very good boy, Oathman. If people have followed our travails on the Patreon this past week, I was up to no good earlier this week, and I had to correct my wrongs.
That's a funny way of putting it. Yeah, you're up to some shenanigans.
Yeah.
You were being a naughty boy, if you will.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm back on track. Everything's all good here. None of us are perfect people. We don't need a lecture, guys.
Yeah. No. I mean,
especially not from our vaginas.
How's the and I doubt you want to get into the details on the free show, but if people are curious and they are not subscribed to the patreon.com/IDMpod, it's worth checking out. It's a pretty wacky bit that Shorts wacky predicament that Shorts put himself in on Monday of this week. But,
let's just say there is a picture, but I cannot put that on the internet. So if you guys want to DM me privately, I'll send it to you. Just promise me you don't post it anywhere because it is damning evidence.
Wow, dude. So you guys, you and Abella Danger were beefing a little bit. Where are you guys at now? How's the sanctity of the household doing?
We're all good now. I mean, sometimes you gotta do something extreme to get their attention. We'll just put it that way.
That's what you're trying to do? You're trying to get some attention? Some ADs? Or did I misinterpret what you're saying?
No, I think you got it right.
Okay. All right. That's good, man. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are doing well. It puts me on such, I don't know why, dude. It puts me on, I can ignore basically everybody being angry with me, except for my Indian boss, who we'll get into in a little bit, or my vagina. But speaking of vaginas,
the vagina.
Can you guys hear that? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, what's up? What's up? What you know about that soundboard, dogs?
What you know about that soundboard that took me 8 weeks to get that going?
Yeah. What you know about it, dogs? Come on.
I do love, dude. This is my favorite thing about you. That you will find new ways to like lower the bar for yourself, but it's such a path of redemption when you find your.
You mean how like I've got you're freezing
like,
up.
Oh, you guys like something? You got me?
Yeah, you're there. You're there.
You always find like new ways to like lower the bar for yourself, but it's such a path of redemption when you find your way back, to the point that it makes everybody so happy when you finally correct your wrong.
People forget what the average standards were.
It's kind of like it's almost like you'll be like, oh, you guys like everything about us in this show? Wait till I take something really important away for no reason at all.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Wait, I've done that in the past. I'm sure I have. I don't want to disagree with you. I thought you were talking about how like I used to be in shape and now I'm like super disgusting and fat. Like, go to the gym twice. We'll get to that too. But yeah, the soundboard is back finally. Shouts to Mike Cook for fucking, giving me that little extra push I needed to actually figure it out. But yeah, we're back, baby. IDM is fucking back.
For life.
All right. So much to get to, dude. So many interesting stories that I saw, and so many lifestyle, as we call it in the industry, the lifestyle topics that I wanted to bring up. But as we start the show every week, you told us a little bit of, that you guys are doing well. You guys are getting along. How's life and for shorts going these days?
Great.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't really gotten a Lyft update in a while. You still doing that, or are you not really able to that much?
No, I am. We've just been it's been too chaotic at home, so it's coming this weekend, I think.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's good, man. That's good.
How's life?
Speaking of setting shit up, dude, you got to fucking set up your. When was your birthday again, real quick?
June 15th.
Okay, June, July. You got to set up that camera in your car, talking all this shit. Yo, Mike Cook, put some pressure on this dude to fucking set up that camera in his car that we got him for his birthday. That was expensive. Actually, I need a little bit of money back from that, actually. But no, life is good, man. Still on. For those who are not subscribed to the Straight Treon, I made the announcement and I read the resignation letter that I sent out on Tuesday. I am, I know I just got hired by this company like a month ago. I can't fucking do it anymore. It's too much. You guys already know how I feel about a certain kind of people.
Why you fuck me? I fuck you, bloody.
You know what I'm saying?
Bloody bastard.
And let's just say, dude, there are a couple Indians I am a fan of. Russell Peters, Angela Devi. She was a LimeWire porn star Hua that I used to beat off to constantly when I was like 13, 14. Who else? That's it. I don't count Naveed because he's from Bangladesh. But let's just say the stereotypes that they put out there. You guys know how I feel about confirmation bias and shit. I feel like my entire experience at this job was just me reviewing confirmation bias, examples left and right. But yeah.
Can you give me a quick update just on how many weeks you worked there?
Yeah, sure. So I worked, let's see, maybe 4 or 5.
Now, look, I don't know.
No, it's gonna be.
I don't know how closely you guys follow the show, but I kind of heard complaining about how hard it is to work for about 4 to 5 weeks.
What's that? Wait, what?
I heard a lot of complaining about how hard it is to work for about 4 to 5 weeks myself.
Oh, from me?
Yeah.
I know, dude. I know. But I'm telling you, dude, I've never. Anyways, this is not about that. I don't want to complain about the job. The job is not. But I did professionally and politely and respectfully, give a 2 weeks notice. And I've been in places of work where someone gives a 2 weeks notice and then they just stop responding to emails and stop answering shit. I think that's kind of a bad bit. So I'm still under the big brown Indian thumb that I've been under the past month. But yeah, so that's going on. Dude, actually, this is interesting. So I put in the resignation letter, or I sent the resignation letter before, it might have been during the straight tree on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Like read it, and I was like, yeah, you think this is good or it's too much? You're like, yeah, that's good. So I sent it, and what do you think the response was like?
I'd say they probably try to talk you off the ledge and say,
you got to remember, Indian dude does not like to admit he's wrong about anything. This is his company that he started in 2005, that he literally has only been able to hold on to 2 or 3 employees that work at headquarters with him because there's such a high turnover rate. But he's not wrong about anything. Okay, now I answer.
Right, let me take a second crack at it. I think so. You sent in a very, I would say, a pretty classy 2 weeks notice. It seemed to read like you had thought it out well, even if maybe that included running it by ChatGPT first. But
yeah,
if I were to read it as an employer, I'd go, this guy thought about this a lot for at least 2 to 3 weeks of his 4 to 5 week employment.
The worst 4 to 5 weeks of his life, yes.
And I'd say he probably responded something like this: "Why you fuck me? I fuck you. You motherfucker.
You bloody,
Yeah.
bloody bastard.
Bloody bastard.
Bloody bunch of bloody fuck guy."
I will rescind your HBN1.
Get the fuck out of my country. You are to be leaving now.
Yeah.
No, dude. So I sent it that night. The next morning, nothing. 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 comes around, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I should. And I had stuff because again, I'm gonna fulfill the, I'm gonna keep my word about working the 2 weeks, so I'm gonna still do shit. So I'm sending like emails, like, oh, here's the update about this, here's the update about that. Nothing. And then he sends a couple quick questions about stuff that I emailed over and shit like that, and I'm like, yeah, this is how I feel. But honestly, dude, I'm being a little bit more of a dick about it. I'm like, I fucking told you this last week, but I thought that was the whole point of tagging you on HubSpot, you motherfucking guy. But anyways, so like I'm being a little bit more like of an asshole, but I don't even think it's an asshole. It's just like if I had more confidence in myself and I was a little bit more assertive, I feel like this is how I would talk to people. Like, yo, you asked me to do this, and you completely forgot, and now I'm having to remind you of the thing. That, you know what I'm saying?
I am having to be doing the reminding.
Yeah. And you, yeah, right, dude. I know I was there for way too long. But instead, like when I'm the normal Oathman, it's like, oh yeah, actually that's a great point. But I don't know, I'm not sure if you remember this, but we spoke about, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, maybe this is just how I should speak to people, so that goes by. It's kind of awkward. It's like he doesn't really want to send me work, but he is, and this and that. Anyways, so Friday or Thursday comes around. He sends me a message on Slack at like 6:30. Hey, are you open to be doing a meeting with me tomorrow? And And I'm like, first of all, it's 6:30, so I'm not responding to you right now, you motherfucker guy. Secondly, sure. So I respond the next morning at like 9 a.m. I'm like, hey, sure, yeah, we can meet. And I schedule something for like 10. And he moves it to 4:30 p.m. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. I just wanted to do it in the morning so I don't have to like think about it the entire day. Like, what the fuck does he want to talk about? So the whole day goes by, and now I'm like, God damn it. Now I actually have to do like work because 4:30 can come around and he could be like, so what are you to be doing today? What is all your deliverable? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, God damn it. Now I got to do a bunch of work. All right. So let me ask you again. What do you think he wanted to talk to me about?
I would guess your resignation.
But like, where was he? What was his stance?
Maybe he's gonna be like, hey, could I possibly get you to stay on for another 3 months while I hire your replacement?
It's so funny. Yeah, dude. By the way, I like since I sent in my resignation letter. You know me. You know how I roll. Like I like to look for confirmation bias when I'm angry about something. So I went on Glassdoor. You know what Glassdoor is, right?
Yeah, it's like a job market.
No. It's like Rate My Professor, but for jobs. So people go there and they can like anonymously be like, yo, this fucking place sucks. Like, don't work here. Which I should have done before I accepted the job. But anyways, I go there and it's saying all the shit that I have been thinking. Like, this dude's a fucking nut job, blah blah. Never happy with anything. Anyways, so 4 p.m. comes around, do a call. Yeah, how is it? Well, first of all, he opened the call like this. It was kind of weird. He just went. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. I know you're Indian, but come on, dude. Put the butter chicken down for a second. And how are you to be doing, Otman? And I'm like, I'm good, dude. Whatever.
I am to be doing very fine.
I am to be doing great. And he's like, so what are you in your senses? What is going on? And I'm like,
are you in your senses? Yeah. You're so deep into the character, dude. It's so funny.
Yeah, what is? And so, anyways, I'm like, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's like I've never been in a position or in a conversation before where I'm openly talking shit to a dude about his management style, But I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know. It's just it doesn't really feel like a good fit, No, actually, the first thing he said is, so where are you to be going after this? Maybe we can do a teaming agreement or something like that. And I'm like, what, dude? So I'm so unhappy that I'm leaving and I'm gonna fucking bring you on to whatever my next job is. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? And I'm like, nah, man, I actually don't even have anything else lined up.
So I hear you've been talking to the Luke Thomas about doing some more full-time arrangements.
Yeah. I am to be a big fan of MMA too, my friend. So I'm like, nah, man, I don't have anything else lined up. And he's like, oh, okay, well, what is to be going on? And I'm like, well, dude, like this, it just doesn't really feel like everything I said in that email is pretty much how I feel, I was like, I've been here for a month and I don't think you've said a single like positive thing about the work I've done, which is fine. You don't have to, give me a pat on the back for everything I do, but I have no clue whether like the work I'm doing and is I'm on the right path or anything like that. For anything. So it seems like you guys are pretty unhappy with pretty much everything I do. So it doesn't really feel like a good fit. And he's like, that's when the compliments come out. Oh, well, since you ask, you're you're being very good at the AI and research and blah, blah. So he gives me like compliments for like 30 seconds. And then he's like, but to be honest, you might be right about not a good fit. And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like talking all this shit about how he's already talking shit about shit I don't do. And I'm like, dude, I don't need to fucking have a debrief where you tell me you don't like me after I told you I'm bouncing because I can tell you don't like me.
Yeah, I don't need 2 blue shorts in my life.
Yeah, dude. Fucking brown shorts over here. And then it drives me crazy because like there are so many examples I have of shit that they have dropped the ball on that I was blamed for. I was like, all right, well, before like, just so you know, there's this proposal that's coming up on the 19th, about 10 days. We have an agreement with this other company. They've confirmed that they can do the stuff that we can't, blah, blah, blah. I've been pleading with you guys to, give me some inputs so the proposal we can start working on the proposal. I can't get a single answer out of you guys about any of it. I'm just meeting with the other company by myself. And he's like looking into it. He's like, oh, okay. So did you find this out? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I fucking emailed you about that. Yeah. And he's like, oh, okay. And you messaged Don about it. And I'm like, yes, yeah, he won't respond to anything I'm saying. And he's like, well, just for some, guidance for what next job, maybe you can send an email, and say, hey, guys, I really need input on. And I'm like, I did that, dude. I fucking did that. You guys just ignore it. But anyways, he's like, okay, long story short, the conversation, I felt like it started with like him being like, oh, what are you unhappy with? Maybe I can take some notes for the next hire, blah, blah. And then it just turned into him like shitting on me again. In the conversation, I was like, why are we doing this, dude? And then, dude, to cap it off, I was giving him terse answers by the end of it. To cap it off, he's like, well, okay, well, thank you because I'm still like keeping up with emails and shit. He's like, thank you for doing that. And wherever you go next, maybe you can put me down as a reference if you want, and I'll give you a reference. I'm like, are you fucking joking, dude? I'm gonna put the dude I worked for a month who fucking hates everything I do. So anyways, that was the call I had with him today. So
dude, he basically hit you. He basically hit you with a thank you, please come again, but please don't.
Yeah, please, you're not welcome. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, he treated me like like a homeless dude standing out in front of 7-Eleven. Hey, please do not go. I'm going to play classical music if you keep standing out here. But so it's weird, man. It's like a little bit. It's weird. Like I feel like some stress is off of me because I'm like, all right, I don't have to worry about that motherfucking bloody Bancho guy anymore. But then I'm like, okay, now I'm back to the blue shorts era, and I'm back to fucking trying to figure out how I'm gonna make ends meet. But whatever, it'll be fine. It'll all work.
I was thinking this week a lot about this because I was like, it doesn't make any sense. I said to myself, Shorts, if you were out of work for 3 months and not 12, and you finally got a job, would you quit after 1 month? That's kind of when it hit me. I was like, oh, he's worried he's going to get fired. And you don't want to have getting fired on your resume. You want to be able to say you walked away yourself. That's kind of what, like, the resolution I came to in my own head. Is there any truth to that?
Honestly, dude, I wish he would fire me so I could do unemployment again.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. So, yeah. Good job, Shorts.
No, honestly, dude, what it is no, that's all good. That's a fair assessment. Like it's like when a chick, you can tell a chick is not size anymore for you, and you break up with her before she can break up with you. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Honestly, dude, you know what it is, man? What the month before I got offered a job, like that was when I really doubled down on the Luke Thomas shit. And I saw, like, through my efforts every single day, I saw how quickly it growed. And then I remember saying this on the show. I was like, man, I feel like this is the universe telling me to do this, and it's throwing me a curveball by offering me a job, you know. And so when I started doing this job, I honestly didn't have time to do like anything else. Like I was working late nights, mornings, um and it was like every day I came away from the job being like, God fucking damn it, dude. I worked so hard at that shit, and they're still like unhappy with it. Uh and also on top of that, I didn't get to work on anything else from my like from IDM to the Luke Thomas stuff to even like the primetime Alex Stein stuff. I texted them. I was like, guys, I don't think I can do this anymore. So like I couldn't do any of the shit that I actually care about. And I had to 100% devote my entire life to shit that I don't care about, that I have to do because I wanted a paycheck. And I don't know, it just sucked. And
It's
Jet,
just
go ahead. Sorry.
well, it's just such a strange situation. It's almost like the guy that you were working for doesn't care about how he's perceived by normal Americans.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's such a strange way to act, to literally like hire a guy and then for the first month of his employment, just shit all over him and not spend any time telling him what he does good about the job, where he's heading in the right direction. It's like a complete lack of regard for modern conventions.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I don't want to get into, stereotypes and Indian people and stuff, but, And then, dude, he hired a director of ops, the fucking white dude with I'm pretty sure that guy is stolen valor. I'm pretty sure he's lying about his service. But, and the dude just, he's completely different when it's just me and him meeting versus me and him and the Indian dude meeting. He like will be like, yeah, dude, it's completely ridiculous. Like, we don't need to be doing that shit. And then when it's me and him and the other dude meeting, he's like, yeah, you got to, we're building a system. You got to respect the system, and just like completely throwing me under the bus to make himself look good. And I'm like, dude, I knew I was fucking right about you, dude.
Yeah, I told you that guy's a snake in the grass.
Yeah, right.
Does it doesn't make any sense the way that he's bald but also has a ponytail at 45?
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you. I asked him about the hair story, like when we went to dinner that one time, and they were 34 minutes late. And he goes, "Yeah, man, my friend, he got cancer, and I grew it out to donate it to him. And by the time it grew out, he was like, no, I don't want it. You should keep it. It looks great on you." I was like, that's a fucking bullshit ass story, dude. What do you mean?
Yeah, it is fake.
That's a fake. Grew it out for cancer, and then they didn't want it.
You are fake news.
Yeah, you can't donate it to somebody else that has canker. Canker. All right. Anyways, that's enough about my job shit or whatever. But
you were gonna mention something about Jess.
Oh, I mean, I got to give her props, dude. Like, she saw how upset it was making me and how annoyed I was, and she was like, maybe you shouldn't be doing this. Maybe you should be like focusing on the stuff that you actually want to do. So I got to give her props, dude. She's butt supportive and shit. And but she also said, she was like, if I ever see you napping, it's gonna be problems. And so I was like, all right, that's fair.
Now you're gonna have to nap in the bathroom from now on.
I know.
It's gonna be so uncomfortable.
I'm just nodding off on the toilet.
You get that Fentanyl in the bathroom, you're gonna be like,
Oakman, are you sleeping in there? No. You better not be sleeping.
Oh, I'm peeing.
Yeah.
You ever see the
like burning?
That Fentanyl where like they literally cannot fall over. There's some magical, mystical power about the fentanyl where they
Dude, I don't know how they do it, man.
They can stand, they can lean over, they can arch their back, but they will not hit the ground.
Are you talking about the dude who was working at Subway?
There's a million of them.
I mean, it's fucking nuts. Okay, here's a perfect one. Remember that Do It Like Bernie video or song? Do It Like Bernie. And it was like a dance that was popular in like Houston where they just would make their entire bodies limp like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, they would Fat Joe lean back and then claim that they robbed 70 kids in their high school all at once.
Dude, this shit is nuts, man. I don't know how there's. Oh man,
that's crazy.
Look, he's still holding his drink.
I can't be real. Every single one of these videos I see, I look at it and I go, "There's no way that's real."
You think he's doing a bit?
No, I don't. I'm just saying it's making people do abnormal human things.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a science behind it. I'm sure if you ask Google or ChatGPT, it'd be like, their nervous systems, blah, blah. There's a video of a dude who's working at Subway, and he starts doing the Fentanyl right in the middle of making a sandwich. Yeah, let me see if I can find that shit. Pull that shit up, Jamie. Anyways, that's enough about me and fucking fentanyl. Okay, here it is. This is pretty wild, dude.
That's enough about me and fentanyl.
Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, but it's the guy at the buffet. This is me 35 minutes into my workout at the UFC gym. Anyways.
Yeah, that's the urinal. Trying not to be caught by your wife napping. I mean, it's crazy. It almost defies gravity.
Yeah, you're right. Anyways.
Did you see a broadcasting legend is on his way out?
Ooh, Robin. Yeah, I did.
What are your thoughts on that, first off?
I mean, how old is Howard Stern? He's what,
I don't want to give like tired takes that so many people have given 1,000 times before. I don't really care about his political leanings and how he seemed to go from being apolitical and all of a sudden very political like 10 to 15 years
ago. I mean, this is IDM, dude. We don't do sports. We don't do politics, for sure. We're not going to talk about his softball Biden interview or anything like that.
NSNP, but it's just kind of hard to ignore that the guy has been off his game for so long. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure I was way late to the Howard Stern bandwagon. I'm sure I was. But when I first started tuning into the guy, I would say 30 or 40 years into his career, it just seemed like I don't understand what's funny about this. Everybody around him is funny. He's got a great team around him. They're all funny.
Robin is hysterical.
No, Richard and Sal, very funny guys.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't get it. He seems so boring to me.
Wait, when did you start listening?
Like 2010.
Okay. What about when he was on JFK? You didn't listen at all?
No.
Okay. What about the channel that E Network or whatever?
I watched that as a kid when I first started jerking off.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people our age
started
beating off.
But again, it wasn't for Howard Stern. It was for the jerk off material that he provided, which thank him for that, of course.
Yeah. Respect. Yeah, respect. Yeah, I mean, you make a good point, dude. It's like by the time you and I were of age to be taking in like adult comedy and material and stuff, he wasn't like head and shoulders above the competition. But I think that I think uh yeah, actually Busty's is a big radio dude. He says Stern always wanted to be what he is now. Celebrities didn't like him, so he shit on them. He finally got to be a part of the crowd he always shits on, and that's what he truly wanted. Yeah, I mean, I do remember that. Like he would openly that's kind of like what I used to love back in the day. Like on Mad TV. I liked Mad TV over SNL, partially because I'm not white, you know, SNL was for white people in living color and for non-whites, but they also didn't really care about like towing the company line when it came to respecting or watching what you say about people who are famous, celebrities and shit like that. And Stern was kind of like one of those dudes where he would just say crazy ass shit about people. And it was like, oh man, he's on our side. He's on the the celebrity side, on Hollywood side and shit. But yeah, like where else could you find a show where he had like the Whack Packers that he had? You know what I'm saying? That fucking video of the porn star crying because she was so upset and depressed and humiliated after having sex with Jeff the drunk. Where could you ever find something like that?
Very true. And again, I'm not denying his past success whatsoever. I'm just saying he's been so irrelevant for so long to me.
You're saying he's washed. He's been washed.
He's been washed and he's been irrelevant. I would even argue that with, I don't know, generation, what's the generation behind us? Gen Z, the Zillennials?
Yeah.
I would argue Beetlejuice is way more relevant than Howard Stern, which
now for sure,
which is awesome, by the way. I mean, but with like with Instagram Reels and TikTok, Beetlejuice is legitimately a star again because he's just the perfect backdrop to like so many comedic positions. But I mean, I can't think of one relevant thing Howard Stern's done in the past 10 years besides his interviews, which to me always were overrated. I hated when people would say Howard Stern is the best interviewer out there.
Yeah.
Fucking snooze. No, he's not. He just has an hour with people that nobody else has. And he's getting A-list celebrities because he's got the best publicists out there because they know Howard Stern for his name, again, which he earned, and he managed a great career for a very long time. I'm not taking that away from him, but I don't think his interviews were top notch. Him sitting down with somebody going, so tell me how did you first pick up a guitar?
Yeah.
But because you have the time to ask those inane questions, that means you're a great interview? That's just so stupid to me. I think he got better at packaging his material. Pools. Yeah. Over time, because he realized that's what was required for him to stay in the spotlight. But I honestly have not given any credence for being relevant for a very long time. Maybe that makes me an idiot. That's fine. I can have a bad take. That's okay.
No, it doesn't make you an idiot, dude. You're right. I mean, Busty's huge radiophile. He's chiming in. He says, he said he would shit on podcasters and radio guys who didn't go into a studio. And after COVID, he never went back into the studio. To me, the show died when Eric the Midget died. Let's see. Yeah. Here's the other thing about the interviews. You got to remember, like before podcasts, he was the only dude asking like Brad Pitt, like, oh, what's it like having every woman in the world wanting to have sex with you? And you know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever, like asking? I remember when we did the CNO show, not to compare ourselves to Stern, but we were basically like Stern on sports radio.
Guys,
I
we
know.
were basically, look, I know it's hard to believe, but we were pretty much two Sterns in the making.
But dude, I remember we would ask people like, yo, what's it like being like famous? Like, or like I remember we had a UFC fighter on who was from the Philippines before, and we asked him why Filipinos eat that disgusting balut meal, the almost the embryo inside of it. You know what I'm saying? So like he was asking celebrities those type of questions before they had interviews where they could honestly like talk about shit that was not not PG or PG-13, so I think that's why he kind of got that reputation.
All right, let's throw this guy there from David Wilson. So he says, I can't believe you all believe this. This has been a rumor for as long as time. SiriusXM would fail without him. Busty's adds, yeah, this new quote-unquote story is clickbait. His contract is up. They don't want to pay whatever he's going to want. He's not going to be he's not being canceled or anything like that. They own his catalog still. I don't think we said he's been canceled. We said he's over. He's done. And to me, it doesn't matter. Even if he signed a new contract, the conversation would still be the same. To me, he's just as irrelevant. And in Sirius, and I'm not trying to be angry, rebutting our take or anything like that. To me, Howard Stern, he's done. He's finished. Regardless of whether his contract is canceled or it just happens to run out, SiriusXM is also done. The company is worth like 30 cents. It is Odyssey. It's completely irrelevant. All they do is spend money on podcast back catalogs of shows like Call Her Daddy, or buying up rights to the back catalog of Your Mom's House, because they've got literally nothing that's worth profitability. Just is what it is. And I give them credit for gambling on Howard Stern for a long time, and I'm sure he kept their shareholders happy for a very, very long time. But we've reached the end of that rope. No matter what you want to say about it or how you want to spin it, it's the end.
I mean, Howard Stern is basically like Nick at Night at this point. The audience is not growing. The audience is just fucking old ass donks like us who are like, man, I remember the good days when throwing baloney at porn stars' asses was as crazy as it got, And now they have literal podcasts where porn stars are talking about, having 20 dude bukakis and shit like that. And it wasn't that long ago, dude. I remember when Adriana Chechik, you know who she is?
No.
You don't know who Adriana Chechik? Oh my god, dude. I'm still a pervert. Adriana Chechik, she's like a super famous porn star. But I remember she went on Stern, maybe it was like 10 years ago. And she's like a huge, disgusting slut. And she was talking about how she'll fuck as many dudes as possible and she doesn't give a shit. But she doesn't want to fuck black guys on camera because that's a bridge too far. Which I kind of agree with. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. No sports, no politics. Yeah. But and then of course, like a year later, she fucking, had an orgy with 10 black guys, whatever. But that was pretty interesting. And I remember that was like popular, like people were tweeting about that shit. So it wasn't like that long ago that people didn't give a shit about it. I mean, he's 71 now. But dude, I tried to hold on for a while. Like when Bob and I used to lift at the Golds in Herndon, I think I may have convinced him to sign up for Sirius. I was like, dude, Stern's got some pretty good shit. And then I forget what the turn was, like when it happened, but he just started to fucking suck ass. Dude.
Well, there were a lot of turns, and look,
Beth.
Yeah, when he got married to Beth, his wife. What am I saying? Yeah, when he got married to his current wife, and then started having like hour-long telethons or radiothons for cats and stuff like that.
Yeah, cat adoption, North Shore Animal League.
Nothing to say that that's a bad thing. Of course, it's great to promote animals and all that gay shit, but it doesn't really belong on the radio. What is entertaining about it?
I know, dude. It's like when fucking douche ass, fucking piece of shit loser, Holden Douchner would always find a way to wedge in his fiance's name into his live reads and shit. Or the show, he'd be like, this fucking Rock Cartwright not wanting to re-sign reminds me of a conversation I had with my fiance Shannon. And when me and Shannon were talking about blah blah blah, we're like, dude, stop. Nobody gives a fuck about your fiance, dude. Stop bringing her up. Stern would do that too. He was like, I'm so in love with her, blah blah blah. Adopt these cats. We're like, dude, you're being a fucking bitch right now, dude. I'm sure the cats are nice, but stop fucking talking about them.
It's so funny to me what you remember about your radio station days.
Dude.
That's the most random thing.
Dude, Holden Douchner's a bitch, dude.
But anyways, I mean, great career, of course. It's just he sucked for a long time, in my opinion. And
you know where else it turned? When his daughter Chicken, she started doing, I'm sure his kids resent him for whatever reason, but she was doing she was going to some rich ass fucking drama school in New York, and she was doing plays or something like that where she had to be naked or topless or something. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and Opie and Anthony played clips of it on their show.
Yeah.
It was so funny. She was on stage and she goes, now I exposed my vagina.
Yeah, dude.
It was actually borderline way too fucking far. Like, can you imagine if I just started playing clips of your daughter being a dumbass?
All right, relax, dude. You got a daughter too. Relax. We're feminists, by the way. But anyways, when that shit happened and he wasn't even addressing it or anything, that's when I was like, oh fuck, dude, this guy. So some things are off the table. Some things you can't talk about.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're all hypocrites. He is probably the biggest one. I mean, this guy just spent basically all of the 90s trying to find other radio hosts and ruining their careers by finding hypocritical things about their lives and exposing them on his gigantic platform. And that's okay. That's all fair is fair in love and war to me, in my opinion, when it comes to radio and entertainment. But I mean, at some point that gun's going to be trained on you. And it certainly seems to be now. I can't believe it took this long. I'm blown away. And it's impressive the way that he leveraged his the idea of him, his legacy, to gain contract after contract for basically 15 years at SiriusXM. This is mostly post Sirius and XM merger in my mind, but the fact that he would threaten to go to Apple, which nobody was talking about doing radio shows or podcasts on Apple at that time, back in, I'd say 2010. That is genius, right? And he basically bent Sirius over his knee and said, fine, I will take my 30 million subscribers, which was probably overblown anyways, to someplace else, and they'll pay me what I want. And he used that to gain new contracts year after year. Smart businessman.
Well, I mean, that is a classic Hootie Judy move right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bet your girl Casper, my girl definitely has that shit in her blood, in her veins. Where she's like, the landscaper, he's raising his prices. Maybe we'll shop around. Maybe we'll see who else is not playing. But the one thing I want to say to his credit, if you seen Private Parts, right?
Of course, it's a great movie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how accurate the depiction is of his early rise to fame. For those who haven't seen it, it's kind of about how he like first blew up in radio and shit like that. And like would defy management when they would tell him, you have to do this if you want to stay on the air and shit like that. If he actually did that, I mean, I'm sure he did. Actually, I believe he did. But if that's accurate, that's pretty respectable and pretty ballsy. Because I know for sure, if I got to a point in my career, like in the 90s, where I was on, terrestrial radio on big networks or big markets for talking like about crazy shit, and management was like, all right, you got to settle down. I'd be like, yes, sir. Yes. You're welcome for thanking me. You're welcome. You know what I mean? I would just want to keep my job, but, no. So yeah, that is respectable, but yeah, he's turned into a huge pussy and shell of what he used to be for sure.
And it's kind of unforgivable. Two things are unforgivable. One, the way that he treated Artie Lang on his way out is crazy to me. I mean, the guy was suffering from addiction. Okay, you can make the argument. He's saying the guy is an addict and the best thing I can do for him is walk away so he knows how important it is. But then Artie continued to spiral for years after that. So where was the point that you should have reached out from the time that you walked away from him and the time that he was still spiraling years later? That to me is unforgivable. The other unforgivable thing is the fact that he spit in the face of the career that made him great. Like the fact that he was like, I'm not throwing baloney at girls' asses anymore. I don't want to do that. The fucking heel turn he did on his own fans is unforgivable to me. And that's kind of like when he started taking that tact, that's when I tuned him out. Like for good. Actually, not true. Not for good at all. I definitely listened to him a lot in Bob the Builder's truck. But that's when I was like, this guy sucks. He's got no heart or no soul whatsoever.
What about how the Junkies have stopped doing like, spring break party, shit like that? Like, how do you relate that to what you're talking about?
But they've never said that's not funny to us anymore, or I want to distance myself from that. They just said we've got kids now, and we don't want our daughters or our sons finding out about it. That's to me, that's different.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they've been pretty upfront with like, we can't do this because we got. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, truth be told, I believe it was Jason Lurch who was the first one to end the spring break parties. And it was because he had a young daughter or two young daughters, and he was like, this is going to look terrible if I'm doing this when I'm 45 years old and my daughter is 15 and she's got to answer when she goes to school. I totally get that now, especially more than ever. But to go, that's not me. I was a disgusting person in the past and I totally renounce it. That's a totally different story.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so he'll probably start a podcast and he'll probably make more money than he did before. I feel like with these dudes, like like I said, he's 71. How old was Joe Paterno? He's probably like 80 something when he died. But if they stop working, they're just gonna die.
There's so much, dude. I think about that all the fucking time.
85.
I should have been
I
dead.
feel like when they stop working, that's when I'll fucking finally start living.
He stopped working 15 years
ago. Kevin Smith. All right, Dave Wilson, but I will subscribe wherever he goes. The interviews suck, but it's better than anything on the radio now. Kevin Smith wouldn't watch a private parts 2 if they made it just because of what he became. Yeah, it would be so lame. Busties, my hot take. Artie isn't funny outside of Stern. His stand-up is not funny. He was good at quick, witty jokes during the show, but outside of the show, he was never funny to me at all. I kind of agree, you know. On the Cumia, on the AA show he did with Anthony Cumia, he was so bad. Yeah, I agree.
But he was also violently addicted to heroin at that point.
All right, what outside of Stern show, what can you point to and say, well, he was hilarious in this shit?
Only one thing.
Exactly. You motherfucker guy, you motherfucker bloody bastard.
You just want to be right. I didn't finish my point.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
You just want confirmation bias.
Yes.
Only one thing. That tweet that he made about that girl at ESPN was hysterical.
What did he say?
People can look it up on their own. I don't even remember her name. Her name was like Charmante or something like that. But it was a very funny tweet. And because it was so out of bounds, it was wildly inappropriate.
But it's like slave fantasy or something.
Yeah. And I can't remember. I don't think he had anything to be canceled from at the time. So it was like the one time where cancel culture had already ramped up and they were like, this is outrageous. And they were like, but we don't really know what to do about it because he's just a drug addict and doesn't actually have a job. Which makes it even funnier to me.
Kevin Smith said, I thought Artie was funny on Mad TV. I don't really remember him on Mad TV. Did you watch Mad TV back in the day?
I did, but I don't remember him being on there either. I watched Mad TV during like the Stewart days and
Michael McDonald, Deborah Wilson, Bobby Lee. Yeah.
There was some other point I wanted to make about this, but I it's completely blanked. Maybe it'll come to me, but yeah.
All right.
It's just, oh yeah. First of all, the photo that's been circulating about Howard Stern, quote unquote, without his wig, which I do not believe is real. Because so many people are tweeting about it.
Let me see.
Because there's been rumors about him wearing a wig for decades. And it's like the first time in society because we have all the tools at our disposal to make that lie come to life. Be
real. Which one are you talking about? There's
it's one where Stern is in a park. People are spreading a lot of false rumors. They're going, Howard Stern has cancer and he's going to die. He's not actually being canceled by Sirius. He's going to die. Here's him without his wig. It's very vicious. But Howard Stern was also very vicious. So,
yeah.
That's
the other, yeah. That guy would say anything about anybody. So, fuck it.
Yeah, go on Twitter. That's where it is. You'll find it.
All right. Yeah.
Just tweet search Stern and you'll find it within 3 scrolls, I promise.
Bro, Google.com is so washed now, man. Like,
I know.
Now that you can find actual answers to what you're looking for, who goes to Google to find out like anything at all? It's wild. Every time you go there, and whatever. All right, let's do the big time P1 shout outs real quick. You ready?
Yeah.
It's time for our big time P1 shout outs.
Shout outs to Alex, AJ McCown, Alex Davis, Brendan Cooney, Brendan Smith, Brent Wenzel, Brian Altman, Brian Busties. Shout outs to Carlos N, Chris Eller. Shout outs to Danger Mexico. Shout outs to Danny Loudermilk.
You don't get it?
What?
Do you get that?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, all right.
Shout outs to Danny Loudermilk, David Slatt, Don DeMarco, Ernesto Ladon, Craven Moorhead, Iron, Mike Sleep, James N, Jen Montana, Purple Ribbon All-Star. Shoutouts to JP Flame, Kevin Leahy, Kevin Smith, Korean John. Shoutouts to Chris Stein, Lance Parker, Matt Brodericks. Shoutouts to Matt Starcheck and Matt Starcheck. Shoutouts to Othello BT, The Human Soundboard, Peter Rosecrans. Shoutouts to Phil J, Reggie, Instagram.com/BradPaintsThis. Shoutouts to Sean Kibler, Steven Snowman, Theo H, William, and Lubomir. Again, that is our $8 tier. You guys can subscribe to IDM at patreon.com/IDM pod to support the show for $5, $8, or $12. We appreciate you guys at any level for helping support our dream of becoming the new Who Howard Sterns.
All right, hell yeah. And before we wrap things up, of course, as always, got to give a shout out to our guy, Money Mike.
In Northern Virginia, where the sun always shines, Money Mike, he fixes any kind of pipeline.
Guys, next time you're in need of a plumber, give our guy Mike Cook a call. Mike Cook has owned and operated his small business all over Northern Virginia for the past 20 plus years. Mike is a third generation plumber. That means his grandfather knew pipes, his dad knew pipes, and now Mike knows pipes. So if you need somebody to know your pipes and know how to fix them, give Mike Cook a call at 703-501-1926. Mike Cook has owned and operated a small business, again, for 20 plus years. He does commercial and residential jobs. There's no job too big or too small. He is licensed and insured. That's so important. That means he is registered with the state of Virginia, the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth says Mike Cook's a great plumber. So the next time you guys need a plumber, I promise you, give Mike Cook a call. You'll never need another plumber again. Give him a call at 703-501-1926. Mention IDM, and you'll get a 10% discount off your total. Shout out to Mike Cook. If you support Mike Cook, you're supporting IDM. He's supported IDM from the very beginning. Again, you'll never need another plumber again. We love Mike Cook.
All right, hell yeah. Shouts to Mike Cook. Shouts to all the big time P1s.
Howard Stern sucks, dude.
Yeah, he sucks. Dude, there's so much shit we gotta talk about.
By the way, I still remember this from years and years and years ago. This was probably 2013-ish. I know what you think about Ari Shaffir, so you can save it. But Ari Shaffir went on a podcast years ago and said that Howard Stern is done. I think that's about the time that Howard Stern was done. And the fact that a former Stern employee leaked video of Howard Stern holding an all hands meeting with with all of his employees, scolding them about how he needs to be the number one guy. He needs to be in everybody's conversation for all the publicists, was the most embarrassing video I've probably ever seen. But it got buried in the back sheets of Reddit because he had such strong people working for him that they were able to find ways to bury it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that leaked video?
Wasn't it about podcasting though? Wasn't it about
No, he was standing in front of the room, like in an auditorium, and he was going one by one, calling people out, going, here's why you suck at your job. Here's why you suck at your job. Here's why you suck at your job, and here's what you need to be doing better. It was the most insane shit I've ever seen. The video, I guarantee you, is still online. I don't know where it is, but I bet we could probably find it. It was baffling. I couldn't believe a guy would have such a big ego about himself. I think that's when I was like, fuck this guy forever, because we know people like that.
For sure. All right, cool. Well, dude, is there anything you want to tease that you're going to get to during the Patreon?
Yeah, we got a ton of topics. Obviously, we got to get to a new ice cream flavor that's been circling. It's been pumped. We gotta get to that,
dude. Also, did you see Lil Tay started a OnlyFans?
I don't know who Lil Tay is.
You don't know who Lil Tay is, dude? Lil Tay is like this Asian girl who lives in Canada, who went viral years ago for being like the youngest baller in the game or something like that. And she was like a 11 or 12-year-old, and she would just make it rain and drive Bugattis and stuff, and be like, you know what, let me just pull up a video of young Lil Tay so you can see what I'm talking about.
All right.
And what's up, everybody? I'm Lil Tay. I'm the youngest flexer in the game. Here we go. It's insane, dude. And now people are staring at her her
vagina.
All right, here we go.
There was rumor online that you sell all your money.
Just got a brand new, you already know what it is. Lil Tay just got a brand new Jaguar. This car cost me $130,000, bitch. No grown-ass man hate on me, but that ain't changing nothing. I still gonna be rich. I'm the youngest flexer of the century, bitch, and I'm only 9 years old.
How many houses do you have?
5.
Damn, you're killing it.
What the kind of house is this? My house is like way bigger. Like I have 4 houses. My houses are bigger.
What was it like making?
Right day,
dude.
Oh, you're right. You know what? You're right.
All y'all grown-ass men hating on a 9-year-old. I ain't got no license, but I got 400 racks on this car, bitch. Y'all don't even have a car. I ain't got no license, but I be driving this around. I bought this though, bitch. Y'all saying I rent my cars? Bitch, hell no, I don't rent my cars. If I rent my cars, you think I'll be doing this? Bitch. Get your money up before you start hating on me, bitch. Lil Tay rich, I'm finna get richer.
Does Little Tay want to?
So
look, dude, I don't know what kind of weird shit you're into these days.
Oh, fuck off.
Sometimes it's hard for me to see it coming, but I don't want to see this little girl's vagina. That's what you're.
Well, we don't play porn on our Patreon anymore.
All
She's
right.
18, by the way. So
we'll see you guys on Patreon.
All right, players. See you then.